When your dog reaches her senior years, everything you thought you knew about their behavior, health, and needs starts to change in subtle and surprising ways. Many owners recognize the obvious signs of aging, like gray fur around a muzzle or slower movements. But beneath those surface-level changes lies an entire world of transformation, both physical and emotional, that goes unnoticed by most people. This video reveals 10 powerful truths that few know about senior dogs. Truths that can dramatically shift how you care for your aging companion and how you connect with them during the most important stage of their life. As dogs age, their bodies undergo a process that is far more complex than simply getting older. Senior dogs experience changes in their internal systems, their cognitive function, their immune response, and even their emotional perception of the world around them. What many people don't realize is that two dogs of the same age can age completely differently. One 12-year-old dog may still chase balls with enthusiasm, while another may struggle to get out of bed. Genetics, diet, environment, past health issues, and even stress levels play a role in how a dog ages. The number of candles on their birthday cake may say one thing, but their actual physical and cognitive condition may tell another. This means that as a pet owner, you can't treat age as a number. You have to pay attention to the signals your dog gives you daily. One of the most remarkable things about senior dogs is their emotional intelligence. Puppies are impulsive, distracted, and full of energy, but as dogs mature, they become more in tune with human emotions than most people ever realize. Senior dogs can detect subtle changes in your tone, facial expression, and body language. They know when you are sad, stressed, or tired, and often they respond not with excitement or barking, but with quiet companionship, that soft nuzzle when you're sitting alone, or the way they follow you room to room in silence, is their way of offering comfort without demanding anything in return. This deep emotional sensitivity often peaks in a dog's later years. They're no longer just pets. They are observers, guardians, and silent partners in your daily life. Another little-known truth is that senior dogs frequently suffer in silence. Dogs are instinctively driven to hide their pain. In the wild, showing weakness meant becoming a target. So even today, domestic dogs will mask discomfort as long as they can. A slight limp, a subtle flinch when touched, or a sudden change in appetite can all be signs of significant pain. But instead of whining or crying, many dogs will continue acting normal, simply because they want to stay near you, to keep participating in the life they've always known. This is why so many cases of arthritis, dental disease, and internal discomfort go undiagnosed in older dogs. It's not that the signs aren't there. It's that they're quiet, gradual, and easy to dismiss as just old age. That's why routine checkups become even more critical as your dog ages. They allow you to catch what your dog won't tell you out loud. You may also be surprised to learn that a senior dog's senses don't all decline at the same rate. Hearing and vision tend to fade over time, but their sense of smell remains remarkably strong, even in old age. This becomes their greatest tool for navigating the world when other senses fail. If your dog doesn't respond to your voice, it may not be stubbornness. It could be hearing loss. If they hesitate to go downstairs or walk into dark rooms, it could be due to declining vision. But despite these changes, dogs are excellent at adapting. They memorize the layout of the home. They learn to follow scent trails or feel vibrations in the floor when you walk nearby. With a little support, most senior dogs adjust beautifully to their changing senses. They may move more slowly, but their awareness of their environment remains rich and vivid. One of the most misunderstood aspects of aging in dogs is cognitive decline. Just like humans, dogs can experience a form of dementia called canine cognitive dysfunction. This condition can manifest in many ways, such as pacing at night, staring into corners, forgetting commands, or suddenly becoming anxious or disoriented. These behaviors can be frightening if you don't know what they mean, but they are not signs of misbehavior or bad training. They are neurological symptoms. And the sooner you recognize them, the more you can do to slow their progression. Special diets, supplements, medications, and environmental enrichment can all make a difference. Even simple things like puzzle toys, scent games, and short training sessions can stimulate your dog's brain and bring them joy. Your dog's mind may age, but that doesn't mean it stops working. It just needs your help to stay active and engaged. Senior dogs often develop strong attachments to routines. While puppies crave stimulation and novelty, older dogs thrive on familiarity. They find comfort in predictability. Waking up at the same time, walking the same route, eating in the same spot, and sleeping in the same bed every night give them a sense of stability and control. When their world changes suddenly, it can create stress and confusion. That's why it's so important to minimize unnecessary changes in their environment. Moving furniture, changing food abruptly, or leaving them alone for longer than usual can throw off their internal rhythm. You don't need to create a sterile, unchanging world, but respecting your senior dog's sense of routine is one of the simplest and kindest things you can do to support their mental well-being. Another fact few people realize is how much temperature regulation changes as dogs age. Older dogs are less efficient at maintaining body temperature. Their fur may thin, their metabolism slows, circulation decreases. A room that once felt comfortable may now feel chilly. On cold mornings, you might find your dog curled up in a blanket or seeking sunlight, not just for comfort, but out of genuine need. In summer, they become more prone to overheating and dehydration. That's why it's important to observe how your dog responds to their environment and adjust accordingly. In colder months, consider soft sweaters, heated beds, or keeping them away from drafty areas. In hot weather, offer cool water frequently, shorten walks, and avoid peak heat hours. These small changes can make a significant difference in their comfort and safety. As your dog gets older, their nutritional needs become more complex. Digestive efficiency decreases. Their ability to absorb protein, vitamins, and minerals diminishes. Yet at the same time, their body needs more support than ever. Muscle loss, joint inflammation, and organ will require targeted nutrition. Omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation and support cognitive health. Antioxidants fight cell damage. High-quality protein maintains muscle. Fiber improves digestion. But beyond nutrients, food becomes a source of emotional comfort. Older dogs often associate meals with routine and reassurance. Hand feeding, warming up food, or adding bone broth can rekindle their interest in eating. It's not just about calories. It's about nurturing their body and soul. Finally, perhaps the most beautiful truth of all is this. As your dog reaches the final chapter of their life, the bond you share deepens into something almost sacred. The games may slow, the tricks may fade, but the connection intensifies. There's a wisdom in their eyes, a quiet trust in the way they follow your footsteps, a profound stillness in the moments you share. These aren't the glory days of youth. These are the golden years of grace. A senior dog doesn't need you to be perfect. They just need you to be present, to notice, to listen, to care. And in return, they'll give you a loyalty so complete, so selfless, that it will stay with you long after their paws no longer patter across your floor. Caring for a senior dog is one of the most meaningful journeys you will ever take. It's not always easy. It requires patience, attention, and deep compassion. But it's also filled with moments of pure connection, with glances that say more than words, and with the quiet honor of walking beside someone who has loved you every day of their life. If you're caring for an aging dog right now, know this. They feel your love. They trust your heart. And every kind thing you do makes their world safer, softer, and more beautiful. Thank you for being the human they need.